We're standing on the site of the new St Catherine Centre. We're going to introduce the building supervisor to you, and he's going to take us through what's actually happening on the site. So over to you.
Hi, I'm Warren, and yeah, today is your first day here for the new student centre that we're building here. We've got some sheds here, got a couple of lunch rooms, an office, a first aid room which is also a change room, and a toilet. So we've got a couple of containers to store our gear closer to the front gate. Some materials get stored. Never have enough storage on a construction site. We've separated some concrete there as a pile. That'll actually go in a separate bin so it gets recycled. And a front gate which is always to be closed at most of the time. We've just had a delivery so it's open. And then as you head around to the site you'll see a whole lot of dirt stuck up on the top of the site. Now we've been digging in our stormwater, which is all the rainwater. We've dug a whole lot of pits around the perimeter of the job and ended up with a big pile of dirt in the middle, so it's a little bit hard to see. At the moment we're running some sewer around the building as well, getting in the mains, and we'll run some branches underneath the building once we've done bulk of the footings. And that's where we're going to join on to. So the existing building, our levels, the floor levels are going to be the same as what's on the existing building. We'll come out off those levels, and once you're inside the new section, once it also gets renovated, you won't really notice the difference between the new and the old buildings. Quite open plan down on the ground floor, so it'll be a nice sort of entertainment area getting into your multifunctional room for your great things to be put on in the future.
Warren, what is the next step here? So you've done a lot of digging, so what will they do next?
We did a bulk cut, so actually, that's why it was all flattened, and then all these piles of spoil of what we've come out because we're starting to run the services in the ground. So we had the stormwater that went in first, it's all your rainwater. We have to pick up some existing pits that were around the other side because there's actually a pit just here on the right hand side there. That pit's actually an existing one, that's only underneath the building. We've got to get rid of that and the line that was coming to it. So the rainwater is now getting pushed around the outside beyond the building and going into underneath the paving levels. Yep. Doing the same thing with the sewer, actually running those lines around. So these are the mains that everything will run into. Once we get the footings done in the inside, we'll actually then bring these branches in and bring them up so they don't get damaged. In the ground, we spend around about 30% of our time. We've got so many services. Everything that actually happens is already pre-thought of in the ground. Everything we've got to support, everything we've got to hold, all your electrical's got to be, the conduits have to be in. Everything that's going to run your site actually already has to be put in underneath it, and then we actually build the structure and finish off. Now, it's lovely when it's dry. It's always good to start your job, and when you have weather like this without a cloud in the sky, we love it. That's what building's all about. When it rains, it does get very sticky and muddy. We put down a bit of rock, but it still picks it up on the tyres. So there is rules and regulations to say we can't send them out on the road. We've got to wash them down and that.
So what happens to all this extra soil?
Yeah, we're actually at the moment talking to about 4 different companies that are actually somewhere, hopefully filling up a hole. So we don't want to double handle the soil because it's very costly. If we can actually get this soil, and there'll be somebody looking for soil, they'll actually go out to people and say, right, we want to fill up this area here, and a certain quality, so this will get rated. I'm not sure what the soil here is rated because it is fill. Yeah. But there'll be people wanting to fill up their area, so they'll actually go and be looking for it. We can offer them, with the footings that we're going to dig around about 500 cubic metres, which is 50 trucks. At the moment there's about 200 cubic sitting in what it is. There's another 300 to come out of the footings.